Hello, this is Mr. White and
Mr. Curvis?
we're going to be talking to you in this podcast about the binomial theorem or binomial expansion. It's a very common question in the SL program, and it's basically just using a quick formula which is in your formula booklet in the algebra section, 1.3, to expand a huge polynomial, usually, yeah. So, how do we get started, Mr. Curvis?
Good. So there's a number of genres. Sometimes they ask for the coefficient, sometimes they ask for the constant, sometimes they ask for a term, or sometimes they want you to complete an expansion. In this case, we want the term containing x to the power of 10 in the expansion of 5 plus 2x squared all to the power of 7. So having just looked at that formula booklet, how I normally start it out is by setting up that middle bit where you can see the cursor, n, choose r, a to the power of n minus r, b to the power of r. Remember last October we developed where that all came from. So
n to the r times a to the
n minus r
and b to the r. Now I always remember this is, make sure you don't think that this is a fraction. This is a choose. It's a command in your calculator called combination, and the r and this r are always the same number. And then all of these terms, n minus r plus r, always equals n. Of course, n minus r plus r equals n. Okay, so set it up. We have the exponent, 7. Choose r times, and this first term is 5, that's a. And this one is the whole second term, 2x squared is the b, and then r and r, and then right here 7 minus r. Okay?
Excellent. Okay, and in this problem we are looking for x to the power of 10. So the 5 is not going to give us a power on an x term, so we are interested in 2x squared. So first I try to work out what is 2x squared raised to the power of to give me x to the power of 10.
Good. So I'm going to distribute this r to the x squared, and I'm going to end up distributing the r to the 2 as well, but that doesn't really affect what term x to the 10th happens on, like Mr. Curvis said. So what I'm really concerned about is what r will make this x to the 10th. So I just write that. So I get x squared to the r is x to the 10th, so r is of course 5. 2 times 5 is 10. And you're halfway done. So now we know a lot more information. We have 7, choose 5, times 5 to the 7 minus r. 7 minus 5 is 2. 2 to the x squared to the 5. Okay? And so 7 choose 5, we can come over here. And to do this, you're not ever expected to know how to do this without a calculator. So in one sense, you can always expect these to be on a calculator paper. But you type in 7, math, probability, and go down to 3, and 5, 21. And then 5 squared is 25. And remember, this is exactly why they put this 2 there for you, is some people will make this common mistake. People will always remember to distribute the 5 to the squared, but a lot of times people forget to distribute the 5 to the 2, so it's 2 to the 5th. So we get 2 to the 5th, which is 32, times x to the 10. And you see that x to the 10, x to the 10, and this piece is our coefficient. So 21 times 25 times 32, 16,800, x to the 10th is the term they're asking for. Now make sure that you're answering the question. Sometimes there's basically 2 different types of questions for binomial. They ask you for the coefficient, and they ask you for the term, and we're leaving the term. And if they ask you the coefficient, you just have to leave 16,800. Anything else, Mr. Curvis?
No, that's good. That's everything that is asked around the binomial theorem.